Fellas, Dead-Eyed Tie here. As we all know, Red Dead Online has been dead for years now, a game that had a lot of potential but had to be abandoned by its greedy makers. So I want to be talking about a concept that could have been in the game had it not been abandoned, and this concept is something that I've thought about for a while. Basically, it's what if you had the ability to own your own properties. Now, in Red Dead Online, you do get your own camp where you go to make food or to go rest for a while with your posse. And of course, you can customize your camp or you can craft things, you can do all sorts of stuff. But the ability to own your own house or maybe your own ranch would have been something that I think a lot of players would have been interested in. In GTA Online, a game that Rockstar actually cares about, you are able to own your own apartment, or you can buy a garage to live in. So basically, you get your own properties in GTA Online. Throughout Red Dead's world, there's plenty of ranches, plenty of homesteads that could have definitely been potentially properties that players could own. One thing I've noticed about these places is that they not only allow you to pick up beer and drink it, some of them also include campfires. This just goes to show that if they can include beer and campfires, they could definitely be a property you could buy, which I think would be the best option. Now, some people would say this, actually, you're an outlaw in this game, so you're supposed to be in a camp. Yeah. While that is technically right, in GTA Online, you're supposed to be a criminal as well in the modern day, and yet you can own apartments. And then there's people who would also say that it wouldn't make sense to own properties on the online because it would contradict the story that takes place after the online. Because in Red Dead story, there's NPCs living at pretty much every homestead. So even in that case, just think about the whole city of Saint Denis. Sure, maybe we don't have to own like homesteads or ranches. We could own apartments in Saint Denis, considering there's hundreds of buildings. There is bound to be somewhere in Saint Denis that could be used as an apartment building and a purchasable property for players. So basically, I think that owning houses, ranches, or apartments even would all be very interesting to the player experience. Now, the camp and the moonshine shack are both fine properties, don't get me wrong, but they're both more places to get money than anything. Technically, yeah, you live at the camp because you have a tent there, but it would still be very interesting to have a real property as well. In another universe where this concept existed, I imagine there would be a rancher role, where in this role you could hire random players or even your friends to do ranching work around your place. And I imagine that you could customize the homestead as well as you like. This would include as much furniture as you want, maybe owning a bunch of dogs, own a bunch of cats. You could even have dinner on the table for your entire posse. Imagine that. Ultimately, this is an idea that is unlikely to ever come to light. Hey, it would be pretty awesome though, wouldn't it? Upon doing my own research, I realized that people were wanting rentable properties before Red Dead Online even released, really. So many people had a passion for this game, and so many people wanted it to just make it and be a fun game they play with their friends. But can't control greedy corporations, unfortunately.